Every month, the US government releases the JOLTS report, and Wall Street holds its breath. The data just dropped, spinning out 7.6 million open jobs. Within minutes, financial pundits and economists declare the labor market resilient, pointing to this massive number as proof of a robust, highly stable economy. But if you look closely at the underlying mechanics of how hiring actually operates right now, you find a very different reality. The market isn't stable. It is completely paralyzed. Millions of those celebrated job openings don't actually exist. They are statistical ghosts, data points floating on a ledger with no actual capital behind them. The global economy is currently propping itself up, making multi-trillion-dollar decisions based on a collective hallucination. To understand why the market is hallucinating, we have to look at the underlying physics of how hiring works, specifically the mechanics of a clearinghouse. To successfully clear any trade, you need two things. This graph shows the first step, a gross attestation. This is a top-down claim. A corporation posts a job online, making a probabilistic guess that they might need human capacity 90 days in the future. But a claim is not reality. For that job to actually clear, it requires net witnessing. This is the bottom-up verification, where the HR budget actually clears, a recruiter verifies the role, and a living human being sits in a chair. Notice the massive empty gap on the timeline between the initial claim and the required verification. We are attempting to run an economy built on millisecond speed technology on top of a slow, 90-day asynchronous legacy hiring system. The resulting environment is wildly volatile. By the time a human candidate actually moves through that 90-day pipeline, market conditions change. The corporation panics, freezes the budget, and traps its capital in defensive reserves. Because the pipeline broke before verification, the job never became real. The data evaporates, leaving behind an unverified ghost. By forcing a high-velocity technological economy to operate on a slow, legacy timeline, we inevitably manufacture phantom data rather than actual economic activity. If these statistical ghosts just sat on a job board, it would be an annoyance. The true danger begins when the state aggregates millions of these unverified claims and publishes them as certified economic growth. This creates what is known as the enterprise trap. Global corporations and tech giants read the official data, assume the consumer base is strong, and artificially inflate their total addressable market, their estimate of the overall revenue opportunity available to them. Look at this chart. Based on those inflated numbers, corporations order excess inventory, build out heavy supply chains, and greenlight massive capital expenditures for a booming market that simply isn't there. Then comes the individual trap. Everyday human workers see the exact same headlines. Believing the market is desperate for talent, they adjust their salary expectations upwards. They make massive, life-altering decisions, signing 30-year mortgages or shifting entire careers, allocating their personal risk reserves based on a complete mirage. The entire macroeconomic commons has become a highly contagious, recursive hallucination, built entirely on top-down guesswork that was never mathematically reconciled with bottom-up reality. We cannot fix a modern cyber-physical crisis using 20th century guesswork. The systemic cure requires synchronizing the global economy to T+0, or real-time growth settlement. We achieve this through structural architectures like Zyro Hive. This shows the core mechanism of T+0. It collapses the top-down corporate claim and the bottom-up human verification into the exact same millisecond. By forcing verification into the present, we eliminate latency. There is no 90-day window for markets to change or budgets to freeze. Demanding real-time, causal, deterministic truth structurally eradicates the possibility of statistical ghosts ever existing on the ledger. This officially replaces the hallucination of the total addressable market with a mathematically sound alternative, the total attested market. Under a synchronized system, corporations no longer have to guess their capacity needs a quarter in advance. This saves trillions of dollars in misallocated capital. And on a human level, individuals are no longer tricked into planning their careers and their lives around unverified statistical mirages. It is time to stop building the global economy on hallucinations. We have the tools to synchronize our systems to the actual truth of the living commons.